Prop your shades off for photos and stuff.
Oh, take it off? I gotta get the shades off? I just feel like it's that we go out there every week and we just do what we do all week. And it's game day is nothing new at all, you know what I mean?
How do you kind of, CJ was saying you're the vet of the room, obviously, since you're one of the older guys. How have you kind of embraced that role of being one of the older guys and kind of the guy that needs to lead the team by example?
It's been pretty fun. Like, I've always led by example, so like that's not new for me. But it's pretty fun having C4 in the room, Blue in the room. Like the younger guys is showing them how to do things. And a lot of things they know how to do themselves too. But like whenever they need that advice or a certain play or something like that or a certain look, it feels good knowing that I can be the OG to get them right and make sure everything's still going. You know what I mean?
I think that's what kind of impressed me about CJ. We've only talked to him twice, but he doesn't seem like a freshman. He seems like he's a senior. Just the way he carries himself. Is that how he is in the locker room?
Yeah. He's been super mature from the time that he got here. They let him move out into his place a little earlier. You know what I mean? Because he's that mature. So him having a role that he has on our team is no surprise to anybody. Because like you just said, like from the minute he got here, he's always been pretty mature. He don't act like a freshman.
What is Coach Choice like as a coach, and what has he taught you as a player and as a man?
Coach Choice is a very, very fun, energetic coach. I'll say that he makes football very fun. It's never a boring day in our room. He's very, very passionate about the game of football and everything that goes into it. Let it be the work in the off season, let it be the academic stuff that you got to handle in order to play football, or let it be just making sure your personal life is right so that it doesn't affect nothing on the field. But he's a big reason as to why we are able to do the things that we do, because what he expects from us every day is it pushes us. It's no let off. It's no let up at all. Like I feel like Coach Choice is that driving force behind all of us. Like we hear his voice in the back of our heads constantly. Like, don't let him down, you know what I mean? Like he wants us to go hard, man. Like that's his whole philosophy, just go hard as hell every play.
You personally, how did you kind of navigate this season? I'm sure there were times you're probably disappointed with the playing time you may not have been getting, but obviously you've stepped up these last few weeks. How have you kind of navigated, that part of your season?
Like you said, yeah, sometimes it can be a little tough, but at the end of the day, like I know what I can do, and I know that every time I've been able to show what I can do, I've always shown that at a high clip. And I just know that, God is gonna make sure that everything works out for me. I might not can't understand everything that goes on every day. I might not see everything that I'm supposed to see, but I know that at the end of the day, it'll all work out, and that I can always be the best teammate. I can always make plays and without having the ball in my hand. You know what I mean? And so I just do whatever I can do to make sure that we win. As long as we're winning, man, I'm good. Like if we were losing, then I could see why I could be upset. But like we're winning, man. It's nothing to cry about. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Overall, with you on kickoff returns, X on punt returns, Bird doing what he's doing, Ryan doing what he's doing. Do you guys have the best special teams in the country?
In the country, for sure. I would 100% say that. I feel like, at least for Banks, like Banks makes special teams so fun. The meetings are always lit. And like we have like some kind of pride about us when we go out there for punt, field goal block, anything. Like we feel like can't nobody mess with us. Like that's one of them units that we take really, really very seriously. I was just telling the guys out there at practice, we were lining up for punt return. I'm like, man, this might be my favorite unit on the team. Like I love taking the field with them on punt return. Like we be lit, man.
Awesome, Kelian. I appreciate it, man.
Most definitely appreciate it.
I'm really excited to step out on the field with him because he was the first person who started training me to be a cornerback. So. It's just good to get out there for us to both be out there, and I get to watch him. He get to watch me do our thing.
What is your relationship like with him? He was telling us yesterday that you used to, when your kid cried, when you couldn't go have a sleepover at his house.
Yeah,
is that,
man.
Y'all close or?
Man, we close, man. Like real tight. I mean, like I said, we basically grew up together. I really call him my brother. They asked me, "Is that my brother?" I said, "Yeah." I mean, it's really tight, man. We grew up playing football since I was about 5 years old, man. Okay. It was, yeah.
Yeah, how big is football in your family? I heard you obviously have a lot of cousins, a lot of brothers who have played the sport. How big is football in your family?
Nah, football is, just athletics, period, like just sports. And my family is they take that seriously. Because I guess it's like a step in life too. So, just athletics, period. They take that serious, man. They take that serious.
How many family members you had coming down? Javaris was saying he had to scrounge for about 18 tickets, and he doesn't think it's gonna come close to covering. How many family members are coming down for this?
I mean, right now, I talked to my sister yesterday. She said the whole family down here, so I'm guessing they brought the whole family. We ought to see.
How did winning a couple state titles kind of prepare you for, winning and kind of what this run would be?
No, it actually showed me how to win, and it showed me how it showed me how to the process of winning. It showed me how to be able to go through those steps, get better, practice, how to practice. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get to the game, it's just, it is what it is.
I guess last one for you. How would you say your freshman year's gone? And obviously, these Washington receivers aren't any jokes. So what kind of challenge do you expect to see when you get on the field on Monday?
I expect a great challenge. I mean, I watch them. I love the connection that they have with their quarterback. I love their savviness. I love the way they have a great catching point. But I mean, from the beginning of the season to now, I feel like I've took the next step in this process, and I've been preparing, man, to go out there and do my thing.
So just uber talented players.
Yeah. How's Arch as like a teammate? His personality and whatnot, because we haven't been able to see much of him.
Unbelievable teammate. I think he understands that he's in a super unique role.
Right.
Just being a high 5-star, coming into Texas, being a Manning. He's really thrown his ego out of the way and just worked extremely hard. Shows up every single day, works his butt off. Make sure that he is there for his teammates. We all as quarterbacks go out to eat every single Tuesday.
Yeah.
We get barbecue, and he's just a great teammate, great friend, and he's always there for people, and he works extremely hard. So I can't say anything or any more good about him.
Is it tough sometimes, just being like the guy who knows that you're probably not going to be able to play for most of the season?
It's difficult, but I also understand my role, and I try and do my best to do my best job. And like I said, I understand my role. I'm here to support these guys. I'm here to show up every single day, work my butt off, and if my name gets called, I'll be prepared, I'll be ready. And that's all these coaches ask of me, and I just try and show up every day with that attitude. So.
What do you think your future is in football? Do you think you want to go into coaching or something like that?
I haven't really thought that far.
Yeah.
People have talked to me about it. I still have a lot of ball left to play.
Right.
And so, who knows? I definitely have kind of immersed myself in a little bit of a coaching role this season. Obviously not playing, and just like I said, my unique role in the offense right now. And so, I could definitely see myself coaching at some point.
So, yeah, I'm feeling real good.
Now, I know that you're from Humble originally,
yes,
right?
Sir, from Humble.
You guys have almost 20 players from Houston on this roster.
Yep.
What does that say about the high school football culture in Houston specifically?
Honestly, man, just that, I don't know, I guess we produce great talent, as you say. I don't know, I couldn't really tell you exactly what it means, but it's definitely something great, just being able to have that many guys be on this team and our team being able to go this far. So it definitely means something.
Let's talk about this matchup. What specifically for you is the key when you step onto this field on Monday?
Yeah, honestly, I would say just probably assert our dominance on the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, as you say. I'm an O-lineman, but obviously that's a big part of the game on their side too, because they have great O-linemen as well, and we have some great D-linemen. But definitely just making sure we kind of show up the play, don't start too slow and start kind of fast.
Are you dressing out, JB, for the game?
No, sir.
You're not?
Have you made a decision yet about coming back or going pro?
I have not.
Okay. And then my last question for you is, talk a little about Coach Choice and just kind of what he means for you and just kind of coach he is.
I think I can speak for many people on the team and everyone in the running back room. He's probably one of the best coaches I've had in a while, just in terms of his relationship with us and then the way that he pushes us as a coach, because he's our friend, but he's also the best coach. Like, he'll push you. He doesn't care about how you're feeling. He'll bump heads if he has to. So I feel like he's the energy that he brings a lot of energy to the team, and he makes the best of us come out with the way he pushes us. He makes us practice hard. He makes us do everything. Like he gets you out of your comfort zones to make it comfortable, in the sense of getting used to it and making it the normal thing to do.
Appreciate it.
Them guys understand it, man. I'm really appreciative of it, to be honest with you.
So the Jadens, the Kelian, what we're seeing from them in games, that what they're showing you in practices?
Yeah, absolutely. And the maturity. From them going from, like I talked about Jaden Blue, from his freshman year to this year, 360. Love the kid. Very confident kid, fast, can make a lot of plays. Kelian, last year he had a bigger role, and then this year his role diminished a little bit, and then I picked up the last 3 or 4 games, and he's not dropped the ball at once, you know what I mean? And then Sid Baxter, been a true freshman, just turning 18 in August, and some gun getting better in this last 2 or 3 weeks of practice. He been looking, you know what I mean, really, really good, so I'm excited for him.
Were you worried about the room coming into the season after Bijan and Roshan?
See, I couldn't be. But I put a big question mark on the board the first day they got in there when I had my first meeting with them in the off season. And I told them all, hey, you guys are the question mark. And I said, losing Bijan, losing Roshan, and now you got a room with a lot of talent, but what are we going to do? You know what I mean? And so, that was my big message to them guys, and they all took ownership of it. And now you see them and they walking around confident. It's good because they work for it. They want to be a part of the offense and be a big intricate part, and they work for it. And so it's pretty cool to see them.
How would you describe your coaching style? There was a clip a couple weeks ago that went a little viral of CJ scored his touchdown, but you still had a teaching moment for him once he got to the sideline. What was kind of take me to that moment and kind of describe your coaching style?
For me, my coaching style for them is, and I learned this from, coaches. I learned this from Gary Brown. I learned it from Skip Pete, Tyrone Wheatley, Curtis Motkins. I had and all of my coaches, Eric Bieniemy, all them coaches are in the NFL coaching football. And so what I do is you learn from them, you take something from them. And one thing that I learned, you never stop coaching. Even when it's success, good or bad, you always coaching them. And great players want to be coached. I'm talking about they strive for it. It's like an obsession. When a coach told me something, it wasn't, Coach, why you say that to me? It was, why is he saying that to me? To get me better. And I try to teach them the difference between the player and the person. The player can never do anything right. I told Bijan Robinson that. I said, number 5, you can't do a damn thing right on this football field. I said, but as a player, I love you more than anything. And he understood the difference. So when I'm coaching him on the football field, I'm not talking to Bijan. I'm talking to number 5. And then when he comes into my office, I take the number 5 off and I'm talking to Bijan Robinson. And I taught my players that. And so now when they understand that, they understand the coaching. So coach gonna always coach me. He's trying to get me better. And then at the end, when you get an opportunity to go into the NFL, you'll thank me later. You know what I mean? And so they get it. You know what I'm saying? And so, if I can do that, give them a vision of what I think they could be, and if they don't meet my expectation, I'm not happy with it. I'm not satisfied. It's not what you think, it's what I think of you. And I'm going to think more of you than you think of yourself, because that's what a coach is supposed to do. He's supposed to give you vision. And I learned that from them coaches, man. They taught me a lot. A lot of stuff I don't know much, but I do know the great coaches that coach me, and I try to gain something from it.
Am I allowed to answer a question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a free-for-all today.
Okay. No idea.
You been home yet?
What's that?
You been home yet?
Yeah, I've been home the past few nights.
Have you?
Feels good. Feels good to be back.
Yeah. Have you given any of the players tours of New Orleans yet?
I brought a few buddies over to the house.
Who'd you bring?
I brought Quinn, Michael Taft, Cole Hudson, a few other guys.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You cook for them there?
I didn't cook. My mom made some gumbo.
Nice. Describe your freshman season so far. How's everything been going?
It's been good. I think I've learned a lot this season. Learned a lot from Quinn and Malik and Coach Sark and Coach Milwee. So it's been a fun year of development, and I'm excited we're in this position.
What's the biggest things you've learned this year?
Well, it's a good question. In high school, I never was a backup, so this year being a second string and a third string, you get to kind of be behind and learn a lot from the other guys and try and stay patient. And I think I've learned a lot from Quinn and Coach Milwee, and just trying to grow and learn each day.
How much of that is mental, trying to learn how to be a backup?
A lot of it's mental. You got to take a lot of mental reps and just trying to prepare, knowing that there's a good chance you might not play, but there's also a chance you may play. So a lot of it's mental. and yeah, it takes some time, but I think it'll be worth it one day.
When you entered the game against Texas Tech, obviously that was your debut. Did it feel normal, like, hey, we're playing football again?
Yeah, it felt good to be back out there. I mean, it'd been about a year since I've played in a game, so it felt good to be back out in live action, and I'm glad I got some playing time in that game.
How much did you notice the crowd? Because it got pretty loud.
Yeah, it did get pretty loud. I didn't want my first ever play to be a pre-snap penalty. That's why I was trying to quiet them down.
Did it surprise you, the ovation that you got?
Yeah, it surprised me, especially because I haven't really done anything yet. So, but it was good. We have good fans. Everyone in Austin and our fan base has been super nice and super welcoming to me.
When you chose Texas, obviously it was for Sark and what you could get out of that. What have you noticed or what have you felt from Sark and AJ as you started this process at Texas? What have you learned?
I've learned a lot. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty hard on you when you first get there, and it's good. You learn a lot. I feel like from a year ago when I first got there, I've developed so much, and they push you and they want what's best for you. So that's been fun.
What were some of those hardest pushes? What were some of those hardest lessons?
Just practice is way different. I mean, you're in high school and you're kind of the guy, and the coaches love you, and just in practice it's tough, and I like it that way because they want what's best for you.
They don't love you at Texas?
They do love us. They do love us, but
yeah.
Sometimes
tough love.
It's tough love. Yeah, yes sir. But it's good. It's good.
How do you balance all this thing? I mean, we know the name. When you lose an ID, everyone knows about it, right? But you also are a backup. So, I mean, how do you balance the two here?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's different. Like when I first got to college, I wasn't used to taking pictures going to class. But I think I've gotten used to it, and everyone's super nice. No one's trying to be a bad guy or anything. So I'm just a football player and a normal guy. Just going to college.
What comes with carrying that Manning name, though? I mean, what is the
that's a good question.
The good and the bad.
Yeah, there is good and bad to it. The bad thing is you're kind of recognized a lot of the places you go, and sometimes you just kind of want to be laid back and undercover. But there's a lot of good to it. I get a lot of grade A advice, and there's a lot that comes with it. But obviously there's some drawback too.
Did you get any advice from anybody going into this, knowing there's 19 people around you right now? Did you talk to your dad or anybody?
Yeah, I talked to my dad and my grandfather. My grandfather always likes to say in interviews, less is best. sorry about that, guys.
See, do you call him Red, or what do you
call him? Red, yeah. Yes, sir.
Do you realize your teammates are going to give you a hard time about this?
I think so, yeah. That'll probably be the case. I think I've been trying to prepare like I'm the start of the whole season. I'm not going to change now.
So buffers are there for you. Now you know if Quinn goes down, he's already in the game. You got to make things happen. So is it a different aspect at all?
I mean, there's a little different feel just because now in practice I'm getting more reps, but I'm just still attacking my preparation the same way. Yes, sir.
How many reps do you get with the first team each day?
Quinn takes all the first team, I take all the second team.
So you have not worked with the first team at all?
No, not much.
You don't get to throw to X?
I get to throw to AD and X after practice.
Do you?
Yeah.
How has Quinn been a good guy during this time?
Yeah, Quinn's one of my best friends on the team. We're actually roommates for games, and I've learned a lot from him. He's just a good dude. I like the way he attacks his preparation and just carries himself because he was a big-time recruit, and I like the way he doesn't get into all the media and stuff, just kind of goes about his business and works very hard.
I've heard about how much you prepare and everything. Are you constantly bothering Quinn and asking questions?
Yeah, we're roommates, so I always tell him to quiz me, or I ask him a bunch of questions, and he's been dialed this year, and y'all can see that on the field. So it's been fun getting to know him and pick his brain a little bit. It's been fun. He's a good dude, normal guy. Like I said, all of our quarterbacks are close. I was close in the league. We got a good group: Charles Wright, Cole Lord, Joe Tatum. We got dinner every Tuesday, eat barbecue. So it's just been fun getting close to those guys. You spend every day together, so you're bound to get close and build friendships.
Do you get much unsolicited advice from your uncles?
They've been good. They don't overstep. Whenever I want advice, I can go to them, and we have a good relationship.
How often do you talk to them?
They kind of want to stay out of the business. They don't want to overstep, like I said, but I can talk to them whenever I want.
You haven't been on their show on Monday night?
I haven't been on their show.
What's that about?
I watch it sometimes, yeah.
Are they funny? Are they not?
They are funny, yeah. Yeah, they are funny. Yeah, they're good guys.
When you hear rumors about Arch Manning transfer to another school or that he's unhappy, what's your reaction when you hear that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's always rumors, especially nowadays, but I mean, I haven't looked into transferring at all. I'm just focused on developing and helping this team in any way I can, and hopefully one day playing for the University of Texas like I've always wanted to.
And how has Coach Sark really helped with your development, and how's it been since day one?
It's been good. Sark's one of the realest guys I know. He keeps it 100 with you and expects a lot out of you, and it's good. That's what I want, and he can dial up some offense. So it's been fun learning under him.
You haven't decided to transfer, but if teams come after you, and you or your dad and you field offers that will give you this amount of money to transfer?
Yeah, I don't think it's about money right now. I want to develop from Sark. I think, like I was told that good things happen to good people who work hard and put their head down, and that's what I'm focused on right now.
Were you surprised Malik left?
I mean, I don't know if I was surprised. Malik and I were really close. We were in that quarterback room together, learning from Quinn and trying to work hard and put our head down. He's a good guy. I know he'll do well at Duke, and I'm excited for him. He's a really good guy. The team loved him.
I'm sorry. What do you think Quinn does best on the field?
I think he finds completions. I think from last year to this year, he's been dialed in the playbook and can score at any time of the game and finds completions. And y'all see that on the field.
You mentioned the guys might give you grief about this. Does the attention ever get awkward around them because you are a backup, you aren't playing, and yet you are getting all this attention?
A little bit. I mean, I don't see y'all giving all this attention to other backups, but it's good. I'm about used to it now. So.
But of course, you're not going to be playing unless something happens, of course. But what does it mean to at least experience this and have a big bowl game in your hometown?
Yeah, this is a huge blessing to be in New Orleans, the Sugar Bowl. I grew up going to this game just about every year. My grandfather's on the Sugar Bowl committee, so this is cool being back in my hometown, playing for a national championship. That's pretty cool.
When you saw that Texas would be competing at this particular bowl game, what was your reaction?
I was fired up. We were all together when we found out, I was fired up.
Archie mentioned needing to have patience because you have to wait your turn. Where did you find the will to have the patience that was required to wait?
Yeah, that's a good question. There were a lot of tough days. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I was never a backup in high school, so there's some days when you graduate early, you're alone in your dorm room, you're like, it's another day of fighting for the third string job, and but like I said, my family, they're supporting me, the coaches pushing me, and I'm glad I had this year to develop and learn and grow as a person and a player.
Did you ever have regrets over enrolling early?
No, I didn't ever have regrets, but just some days it's tough. I mean, there's hard workouts, hard practices, they expect a lot out of you, but I'm glad I went through that to help me grow.